Hi everyone, welcome to Self-Publishing 101 again. This show is hosted by KB Miller and myself. This week you have me, of course, and a little bit about myself real quick. I'm the author of the Vampire Hunter's Daughter series, the Jaden series, and a book on self-publishing, a guidebook on self-publishing called Beyond the Writing. And it has a lot to do with self-publishing and marketing. So, this week we're going to hit a very touchy topic with a lot of people, with a lot of authors and readers. We're going to talk about editing. So, we're going to get right into it. The first thing, when you have a manuscript and you've just finished your rough draft, don't call that good. Your first draft is not a final draft. So that's my first rule. Don't ever just say, because self-publishing is so easy, all we have to do is finish a manuscript and upload it and we're good, right? No, not even close. So we talked about beta readers last week, so you're going to want to utilize your beta readers, or not last week, but the week before. And this week we're going to talk about choosing an editor, getting your work edited, and a few things about that. So, choosing your editor. Choosing your editor might take a little while. The key to finding an editor is research. You're going to need to shop around because there's a lot of things to consider. There's cost, and also there are some other things to consider with the editors that you might find. Because some claim to be professional, but they don't have the credentials to be a professional editor. Some people, well, we'll just put it this way. Some editors aren't as good as they claim to be. So you want to make sure that they're a good editor. And a good way to do this is that most editors will do a sample page for you. So contact them. They should ask you to send a sample work, which is usually the first couple of pages of your manuscript. Send that in, and they return it to you with having edited it, and you can see what kind of work they do, like what they will have done to it. And this also gives them a good idea of what they're looking at as far as working on your manuscript, which helps give them a better quote, a price quote. So I have a lot of notes on this one. So you can ask them for references, which is always a good idea. And another way, because if they should have references. And if it's not somebody who already has a book published, you should be able to contact somebody and ask them how, just like a job, when you put your references down, you put down people that you would call. They'll put down people that you could call to see how well they work or what they thought of their work. Another way that you can tell is for books that are already published. You can go to their pages where you can buy their book and check for reviews. Because a lot of times if the editor's not doing a good job, you can see in the reviews there will be a constant complaint of bad editing. So that is pretty much what we cover in choosing an editor, except for I found that the best way to find an editor is to ask around. Ask your other author friends. Research the internet. Just type in editors, and you'll just do a lot of research. Every topic that we talk about, I'm always going to go back to research. Every topic, research. It's the best way for everything to learn about stuff. I am going to put a couple of links in the bottom of this on the blog, but for the most part, I'm not going to give a whole bunch of links to different editors. I'm going to put a couple down there, but the main reason for this is because I know a lot of editors. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by not putting them in. And also, I want you to research. You need to figure out how to find them, because it might not happen on the first try. An editor and a writer a lot of times have to have a good relationship, working relationship together. Like my editor, I've worked with them for a long time now, and they know my work. They know what to expect from my work. They know that I'm pretty easy about, if they say, no, this isn't working for me, I change it because I trust them. I have a trust in my editor. Whereas if I was working with somebody I didn't know as well, I wouldn't have that trust. So we have a good relationship. If you don't have a good relationship with your editor, it might not work out. So sometimes it won't always happen on the first try. And you know, sometimes you find out throughout that it's just not what you expected. So that's about it for that. So I will put a couple of links down there. I'll put in my editors and a couple of other editors that I know of, but there are tons. So a little bit of research is going to take you a long way. Let's see. My notes say, I feel that to learn, you need to research and experience these things for yourself. So, okay, next we're going to talk about editing and the standard. Okay, do you like reading poorly edited books? I don't. But because it takes away from the storyline. So why would we want to put out a poorly edited book? You know, but being poorly edited doesn't necessarily mean that it's poor writing. You could have a wonderful story and it's all missed because the editing can't be, it's distracting if it's not edited well. So it takes away from the quality of your story. And we as independent authors need to stand up to the standard that, you know, the vast world of traditional publishing is set for us. You know, if we want to be the best, we should only give them our best. So get your stuff edited. That's huge. That we need to, you know, because that's always been my dream. Always, since I was a kid. I want to be a writer. I want to be an author. And so why would I want the world to see me less than my best? But let me tell you, it's been a learning experience, and I have had less than my best out there. So, and it wasn't a good experience. So I don't want any of you to have to go through a bad experience with that. It's heart-wrenching to have people tell you your story isn't good enough. And then, you know, there's always the issue of cost. It costs money to get your books edited. If you have, you know, I've found that the general price for editing is around $1 to $2 a page. You know, a lot of people charge $1.50. They're right there in the middle. A page. That's a lot of money if you have a full-length novel, especially some that are writing like this epic fantasy or, you know, sci-fi that's like, those are super long a lot of the time, and it costs a lot of money. Save your money. That's one that's one option. And you can always look for editors that will work with you on payments. But don't, you know, give up the quality of the editing because they're going to take payments. Don't be like, oh, well, you know, they take payments, I'll just learn to live with it. No. No. You look for the best, and you know, like I said, you got to put out your best. So those are a couple of options when it comes to cost. And it's no excuse to, you know, oh, I have my beta readers look at it. No. You can't just have your beta readers look at it. It needs to be edited. And self-editing is very hard to do because you memorize what you've written and you skip right over it. So you can't self-edit your work because you will miss stuff. And a lot of times, like I said, when we did touch on beta readers, your beta readers will miss stuff too if they've read it before. So, you know, use different beta readers. Let's see. On the same note, having beta readers is no excuse to not to get your work edited, I wrote. But you are always going to have haters who will hit up your pages where your books are for sale, and they're going to tell you your stuff isn't edited well. There's always going to be those people. But just look for consistency. If people are telling you a lot that your stuff is not edited well, or that they just couldn't get through the story, you know, there's all kinds of... If that's consistent, you may want to check that out because there might be a problem. But, let's see. Bottom line is that quality writing sells better than not quality. Sorry, have to... Oh, I want to talk about developmental editing and line editing. Or I should say copy editing, line editing, and developmental editing. There's actually more to it than just that. But copy editing is the first stage, which is more like just your punctuation and grammar and things like that, where line editing is more like, you know, about the structure and word choices, and then developmental editing works more like with your storyline, and they help you develop your story. So each is like goes up a level, you know, like copy, line, and then developmental. And there usually is a cost difference with all of these. So don't, when you get an editor, make sure that you know what you're getting, because you might think that you're getting one thing, you know, like you're getting developmental editing, when it's really just, they're just fixing the punctuation and stuff like that for you, doing the copy editing. So please make sure to ask to know what you're getting, and you know, shop around, because different people might have different prices for these things. So that's sorry, my kids just got home. So that there is a huge difference in all of those. And also sometimes the editors come with beta readers, so they might charge extra for that. It might just be part of the package. No, no.
Why?
What?
I keep this.
For what?
We're doing something.
Doing what? Why are you taking the chair?
We're playing.
What are you playing that you need the chair?
Restaurants.
No, you can leave it out here.
Ah.
Sorry. Not doing the whole video over for that. Anyway, bottom line. Remember the standard. We have to be the best. Let's put out our best. Let's produce the best. And editing is a huge, huge, huge part of this process. And I don't want any of you to take this lightly. It is very important. And like I said, I've learned the hard way, and I don't want you to have to. So let's do it right the first time, and keep on track. But I'm going to end it here, because that's pretty much, I don't like to make the videos too long, because then people get bored. So, if you have any questions, put them in the comments on the blog, or email me. There is more to editing, but we will touch on some more of those on a different day. So we're going to say goodbye for now, and don't forget to watch KB Miller next week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
We need water.